Yes, good morning, students. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here we'll take up some theory concepts and then we'll look into some various results on the independency and so on. And later we'll take up the problems on the same topics. So here we'll start with the linear combination. So in the last class also I have explained this in the previous classes. So I'll just revise this. So here linear combination. So in order to define this, we are going to consider a vector space V over a scalar field F, and we'll assume that we'll be having n number of elements or sets will belongs to the vector space V. So here we are going to consider those sets as V1, V2 up to Vn. So any vector which is of the form a1 v1 plus a2 v2 plus a3 v3 and so on up to an vm. So which belongs to the vector space where a1 a2 up to an in general which is represented as ai, it belongs to the scalar field. So such equation it is called as the linear combination of v1 v2 v3 v4 and so on up to vn. So here on this linear combination, so here will be given the various sets. Given the various sets, we may ask to express as a linear combination of these sets. So here on that also we are going to solve some problem. So linear dependence. So on this we have solved one or two problems. We'll take more problems on this. So here in order to define the linear dependency, so here we are going to once again consider the vector space V over the scalar field F. The vectors V1 up to Vn, they are said to be linearly dependent over the field F. Suppose if the scalars A1 to An, they are not all zero, but linear combination is zero. So here, whatever the constants or whatever the scalar quantities we are going to consider, they will not be equal to zero. But the sets may be zero, that is the linear combination. When you take the linear combination like a1, v1 plus a2, v2, the sum of all this, it may be equal to zero. So a such equation that is said to be linear dependence. And next one is linear independence. So here, in order to identify whether the given combination of sets is independence or not, so here we can consider V1 up to Vn, which are said to be linearly independent over the field F. Suppose if A1 up to An belongs to the F such that the combination of this, that is A1 V1 plus A2 V2, that will be equal to 0, provided that these scalar quantities, that is A1, A2, A3, all must be equal to 0. So even if the sets, given sets V1, V2, V3 up to Vn, if they are not equal to 0, that doesn't matter. But the scalar quantities A1, A2 up to An, they must be equal to 0. So here even if V1 is equal to 0 and if A1 is constant, in such cases we cannot say that the linear combination is linearly independent. We cannot say that. So here in order to have the independency, we should have the constant or the scalar values a1, a2 must be as 0. And the next concept is the linear span. So here we are going to consider a subset S, so which belongs to the vector space V over the field F. So the linear combination of vectors in the subset S, it is called as the linear span of S, which is denoted as L of S. And here we'll see how to write the linear span of the given sets. Suppose if the subset is a null set, then the linear combination of this, that is the linear span of the subset S, it will be obviously equal to 0. So when we don't have any elements, obviously the linear span of that subset will be 0. And the next one is basis, so which is very important. So bases are base of vector space V. So in many problems will be asked to calculate the basis of the given vectors. So even it will be asked to find the basis for the null space also. So here will be asked to find out the null space and the basis for the null space. So here we are going to solve the problems on such cases also. So here first we'll see what is basis. So here we can consider a vector space V over the field F, and here the set of vectors V1 up to Vn, they are called as the basis of V if all these V1 up to Vn, they are linearly independent, and also V1 to Vn, they span the vector space V. That is, each vector of V can be uniquely expressed as a linear combination of V1, V2 and so on. So linearly independent ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, and that must be expressed as a linear combination of the given sets. In such case only we can call that as a basis of the vector space. And the next concept is the dimension of a vector space V. So here dimension is nothing but here will be identifying the number of elements present in a basis of vector space V. So here suppose if we have obtained 3 columns for the for example 1 0 0, that is one column, 0 1 0, that is the second column. So here then in such case we can call the dimension of that vector space as 2. So here the number of elements in a basis of vector space V, it is called as the dimension of it. We'll solve problem on that and we will be getting clear idea. And this dimension, it is denoted as dim V. And suppose if V contains a basis with n elements, then the dimension of vector space V, it will be equal to 1, n. And also here, the vector space of null set, it is defined to have the dimension 0. That is, empty set, it is independent. Obviously, it will be generating the 0 value. So here, the dimension of the null space, it is equal to number of elements in the null space. So as we know, in the null space, we'll be having 0 elements. So here, the dimension will be 0 for a given null space. And also here, the vector space, it is not a finite dimension and it is said to be having infinite dimension. And we'll take up these problems later. So before that, here we'll just go with some more concepts. So here the next one is spanning sets. So here if we consider a V as a vector space over K, so here we'll be assuming the vectors U1, U2 up to UM belongs to the vector space V. They are said to be spanning the vector space V or to form a spanning set of V if every view in V is a linear combination of the vectors U1, U2, UM. That is, if there exists a scalars A1 to AM in K such that we will be able to write the linear combination as V is equal to A1, U1 plus A2, U2 and so on. And only important things I'll be highlighting here. And next we'll take up subspaces. We have defined it. The same concept, it is going to be repeated. So here we'll take some results on linearly dependent and independent vectors. So in order to identify whether the given combination is dependent or independent, so these properties, these results are very important. So here the first one is linearly independent set of vectors, they cannot contain 0 vector. So nimige set kotirtare v1, v2, v3 and so on. Suppose if any one of the vector is a 0 vector, then you simply make the statement it is not linearly independent. So here linearly independent in the sense, so they cannot contain 0 vector. So here suppose if we have v1 up to vn with a set of vectors, and then if v1 is equal to 0, then we can write, so here 1 v1 plus 0, v2 plus 0, v3 and so on, which is equal to 0. But the coefficient of v1 is not 0, but v1 is 0, right? So here in this case, v1 up to vn, they are said to be linearly dependent. So coefficient property modle helide. So here the coefficient, that is the scalar values a1 up to an, they must be 0. So suppose if they are not equal to 0, even if any one of the vector is 0 and if you are getting the net result as 0, it doesn't mean that they are linearly dependent. So in order to have the linearly dependence, so here the coefficients, that is a1 up to an, they must be equal to 0. This is one of the property. And the second one is if two vectors are equal, then the set of vector v1 up to vn, they are linearly dependent. So that is if v1 is equal to v2, then we can write v1 1 into v1 plus minus 1 into v2 plus 0 into v3 plus 0 into v4 and so on. But here you can see that a1 and a2, they are not equal to 0. So they are taking the value plus 1 and minus 1. And here we can say that the set of vectors v1 and v2, they are linearly dependent. Although here we will be getting, since v1 is equal to v2, here the net result may be 0. But since the coefficients are not 0, so here simply you can say that the given vectors v1 and v2, they are linearly dependent. And the third result is two vectors v1 and v2, they are linearly dependent only if one of them is a multiple of the other. So here on this we have taken the problems already, right? So here if we have v1 and v2, which are considered as the linearly dependent vectors, then AV1 plus BV2 is equal to 0, but A and B both are not 0. So here suppose if A is not equal to 0, then we can express V1 as minus B by A times of V2. So here V1 is a B by A times of the V2. So here you can see that V1 is a multiple of V2. So here in such case, so here if it is a multiple of the other vector, then also we can say that it is a linearly dependent. And the same thing it is explained in detail. So the fifth one is every subset of linearly independent set is linearly independent. So here if we have the set A is equal to V1 to Vn, be a set of linearly independent vectors, and A1 V1 plus A2 V2 is equal to 0. So where A1 up to An are 0. But and also here we are going to consider one more set B is equal to V1 up to Vk, where k will be less than n, which is a subset of A. So here then we can write A1 V1 plus A2 V2 up to AK Vk is equal to 0. And also here we will be assuming A1 up to AK are 0. So here in such case, so since all the coefficients are 0, A1 to An as well as A1 to K, all these are 0. So here we can say that the subset elements V1 up to Vk, they are linearly independent vectors. And the sixth one, suppose if we have the vector A, V1 to Vn is a set of linearly independent vectors, but V is equal to V1, V2 up to Vn, W. It is a set of linearly dependent vectors. So then we can say that W is a linear combination of vectors V1, V2 up to Vn. So on this we'll take up the problem. So next we'll take up the problems. All of you have notes and pen with you. I'll just share the notebook here. We'll take problems and we'll go on solving this, right? So here, take up the first problem. On the linear combination itself, we'll take. Suppose if you want to express V is equal to 3, 7 minus 4. If we want to express V is equal to 3, 7 minus 4 as a linear combination of vectors. 3 vectors are given. U1 is equal to 1, 2, 3. U2 is equal to 2, 3, 7. And U3 is equal to 3, 5, 6. So take the problem. So here express V is equal to 3, 7 minus 4 as a linear combination of the vectors. U1 is equal to 1, 2, 3. U2 is equal to 2, 3, 7. U3 is equal to 3, 5, 6. I'll just repeat the problem. Express V as a linear combination of the vectors U1, U2, U3. So here we'll see how to express as a linear combination of the vectors U1 up to U3. So here we'll go with the solution. So here we are asked, first before solving the problem, here we are going to assume some scalar quantities. Let those scalar quantities are the variables. So they will be considered as x, y, z. So here considering these variables, scalars, so here we can have the equation as a linear combination of vectors, which is given by V is equal to x u1 plus y u2 plus z u3. So in this form we need to express. So here for that we need x, y, z value. So here V is given. V is taking the value 3, 7 minus 4. Copy this on the right hand side, which is equal to x into u1 is 1, 2, 3. Express in a column plus y into 2, 3, 7 plus z into 3, 5, 6. So now from this write the equations for the variables x, y, z. So what do you get? So x into 1 is x plus y into 2 is 2y plus 3 into z is 3z, which is equal to how much? 3. So take this as equation 1. And what is the second equation? Anyone reply me back?
2x plus 3y plus 5z is equal to 7.
Yes. 2x plus 3y plus 5z is equal to 7. Take this as equation 2. And the third equation is 3x plus 7y
plus 7y plus 6z is equals to -4.
Yes, good. So now solve these equations to get the values of x, y, z. Solve these equations to get the values of x, y, z. Solve 1 and 2. Solve 1 and 2. You will get equation for y. 1 and 2 solve ಮಾಡಿ, 2 and 3 solve ಮಾಡಿ. We'll be getting some expressions using which get me the answer for x, y, z. So I'll write x plus 2y plus 3z is equal to 3 and 2x plus 3y plus 5z is equal to 7. So how we are going to solve this? Just multiply this with 2 and this is with 1. So what do you get? So 2x plus 4y plus 6z is equal to 6. 2x plus 3y plus 5z is equal to 7. So subtracting the two equations will get, so y plus z is equal to -1. Take this as equation number 4. So here we have the equation for y plus z. Similarly solve 2 and 3. For that also we'll be getting the equation in terms of y and z. So 2 and 3 solve madre en barutte. Here I'll write below this 2x plus 3y plus 5z is equal to 7 we have, and the third equation is given as 3x plus 7y plus 6z is equal to -4. So in order to get the values, so you need once again in terms of y and z so that we can simplify it. So multiply it by 3 and this by 2. So whatever the coefficients we have here, so we are just cross multiplying this. So here now 6x plus 9y plus 15z is equal to 21. 6x plus 14y plus 12z is equal to -8. Subtracting, what do you get? What do you get? 6x gets cancelled. 9 minus 14 is -5y. And here
3z
3z
plus 3z
is equal to
equals to
29.
30.
This is equation number 5. So now from the equation number 4, what you can write? Y it can be written as -1 minus z, right? Substitute y as -1 minus z in the equation number 5 and get the value of y here, y or z. -5. So y it is expressed as -1 minus z. So here it will be resulting in the value of z. Plus 3z is equal to 29. Simplify madadre, what answer you will get for z? ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? So this is 5 plus 5z plus 3z is equal to 29. And 8z, 29 minus 5 is 24, which implies z is equal to 3. Banta, having z is equal to 3, what is the value of y?
-4.
Y is -4. And what about x? You have z and y.
2.
We use any one of the equation to get the value of x.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Can we solve it in calci direction?
Yes, yes, you can do it. No problem. Yeah, as I don't have calci here, so I'm writing it here. So what is the value of x?
2.
Yes. So now you have the scalar values x, y, z. So now use the equation b is equal to x u1 plus y u2 plus z u3, so that you can write the given vectors u1, u2, u3 as a linear combination. So here you can write b as x is how much? 2 u1 and y is -4, so -4 u2 and z is 3 u3. So this is the linear combination of the given vectors. So this is the answer. And similarly, we'll take up the next problem. Express the polynomial v is equal to 3t square plus 5t minus 5 as a linear combination of the polynomials, p1 is equal to t square plus 2t plus 1, p2 is equal to 2t square plus 5t plus 4, and my God, what happened? Just a minute, I'll just. And p3 is equal to t square plus 3t plus 6. So express the polynomial v is equal to 3t square plus 5t minus 5 as a linear combination of the polynomials p1, p2, p3. So here in the previous problem, you can see that. So he has directly given the vectors, right? So directly he has given the coefficients, but in this problem, he has given a polynomial. So here, in order to solve this, once again, you can write down the coefficients from this and form the vector. And also here, what you can assume the scalars which belongs to the field F. So here I'll take x, y, z as the scalars, and here we want to express the vector v as a linear combination of the polynomials p1, p2, p3. So here you would be writing v is equal to x p1 plus y p2 plus z p3. So in this format, final answer should be there. So here for this, once again we need x, y, z value. So here using the equations of p1, p2, p3. So here for this, just you can take the vector form also. So I'll go with another method. So here v, it is given as 3t square plus 5t minus 5, which is on the right hand side. So which is equal to x into p1. P1 is what? P1 is t square plus 2t plus what is that? 1. So here multiply p1 with x. So here I'll be writing the final answer here. Xt square plus 2xt plus x. So this is p1x. Similarly, write for yp2, multiply y with the polynomial equation of p2. So here we'll be getting the next term as what? ಹೇಳಿ ನಂಗೆ p2 ಜೊತೆಗೆ y multiply ಮಾಡಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ. I'm waiting.
2yt square plus 5yt plus 4y.
Very good. Plus ZP3.
Zt square plus 3zt plus
3ZT plus 6Z. So now in the next step, separate the terms of t square and t and then constant. Separate ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೀರಿ. So in t square, what are the terms we'll be getting within the bracket? X plus 2y plus z, t 2x plus
2x plus 5y
yes.
plus 5y plus 3z.
And what about the next one? X plus 4y.
4y plus 6z.
Yes. So now compare the polynomials on both sides. T square combination totally. So here T square combination by comparing on LHS and RHS, we can write x plus 2y plus z is equal to how much?
3.
3.
3. Yes, take this as equation 1. Similarly, compare the coefficients of t on both sides. 2x plus 5y plus 3z is equal to how much? 5. And then we have x plus 4y, this is 4, plus 6z is equal to minus 5. Take this as equation 1, 2, 3. You can use your calculus and tell me the answer. You can simplify and see the values of x, y, z. X it is supposed to be 3, y is 1, and
1.
is minus 2. Solve ಮಾಡಿ. So here v is what? 3p1 plus p2, that is 1 into p2 minus 2 into p3. So this is the linear combination of given vector v or polynomial v in terms of the polynomials p1, p2, p3. You can also go with the alternate method. So here you can set 3 values for t. That is not required any of your comfort. If you are comfortable with this, you can easily solve this problem and get the answer. Next, similarly, you just take one more problem on this. So check whether v is equal to 278 can be written as a linear combination of check whether v is equal to 278 can be written as a linear combination of the vectors u1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, u2 is equal to 1, 3, 5, and u3 is equal to 1, 5, 9. Check whether v with the 278 can be expressed as linear combination of u1, u2, u3. So write the matrix form for this. Whenever you will be given like this, you just go with the matrix form. So here we want to express this v as xu1 plus yu2 plus zu3. So you just check whether you will be able to get the values of x, y, z. X, Y, Z ಬರುತ್ತಾ check ಮಾಡಿ. Suppose if you are not able to get the values of x, y, z, then we can say that it cannot be expressed as a linear combination. Yes, ಬರೀತೀರಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ 278 is equal to x into 1, 2, 3 plus y into 1, 3, 5 plus z into 1, 5, 9. From this, we can write x plus y plus z is equal to 2, 2x plus 3y plus 5z is equal to 7, and 3x plus 5y plus 9z is equal to 8. Take this as equation 1, 2, 3. So just check in your calci whether you will be able to get the values of x, y, z. Yes, are you getting the solution for this?
No, ma'am.
Yes. So here we don't find the values for x, y, z. So here we cannot express the given vector v in terms of x, y, z. You cannot express it as a linear combination of u1, u2, u3. You just make the statement like this. So here we don't find the values of x, y, z. It will not result. So here you can make the statement. So here v, it cannot be expressed as a linear combination of the given vectors u1, u2, u3. What is the observation that you can make here? In the next class, I'll just ask this question, get me the answer. So take one more problem. Write the vector v is equal to 1, 3, 9 as a linear combination of vectors u1 is equal to 2, 1, 3, u2 is equal to 1 minus 1, 1 and u3 is equal to 3, 1, 5. Write the vector v of 1, 3, 9 as a linear combination of vectors u1, u2, u3. So here I'll just show one more method for this. So here we want the result to be expressed as v is equal to xu1 plus yu2 plus zu3. So where x, y, z, they are nothing but the scalars. So here by having the vectors values, so here we can write in the row form, I'll write 1, 3, 9 is equal to x into 2, 1, 3 plus y into 1 minus 1, 1 plus z into 3, 1, 5. So here comparing or using the equation v is equal to xu1 plus yu2 plus zu3. So here we have written like this. So now we'll make of the equation ax is equal to b. That is in the equation form. You are going to express this. So here we'll be using the augmented matrix, Go-Echelon method, and we'll try to get the values of x, y, z. So here, what are the elements of A? So Ax is nothing but on the right hand side, whatever you are going to see. So what are the first row elements? What is A? 2, 1, 3, 1 minus 1, 1, 3, 1, 5. And what is B? B is 1, 3, 9. And X is nothing but X, Y, Z. So here, now considering the augmented matrix, what do you mean by augmented matrix? Augmented matrix is nothing but you are going to combine the matrix A with the columns of the matrix B. So here we can write the augmented matrix A is to B or A comma B, whatever you want, you can write. So here augmented matrix A is to B, it can be written as 2, 1, 3, 1 minus 1, 1, 3, 1, 5. Separate, use a vertical line to show the separation. So write the elements of B. Now, here what we do is, so here we are going to find the rank of matrix A as well as the rank of the matrix AB. And here we'll be checking whether it will be resulting in whatever the rank that you're going to get. So whether it will be resulting in the equal number of unknowns. So ಎಷ್ಟು unknowns ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟು rank ಬರಬೇಕು. So here we have the 3 unknowns x, y, z. 3 unknowns are there. So here the rank of the matrix that should also result in 3. Suppose if they are equal, then you can say that the system is a consistent and it possesses a unique solution. Suppose if less than number of unknowns bantandre, system is consistent but infinite solutions will be available. So in the previous class I have told this, right? So now for this augmented matrix A is to B as well as for the matrix A. So we are going to apply the row echelon method and we'll find the rank of this matrix. So here in order to do that, so first we are going to apply the transformation function R1 exchange with R2 because here we want the second row elements and the third row elements to be 0. So here we'll try to reduce it and we'll check whether it will be resulting in the any 0 row vector. So here, if you do that, in the first row you will be getting 1, minus 1, 1, 3, and in the second row you will be having 2, 1, 3, 1, and 3, 1, 5, 9. This is a vertical line. Then, what is the next operation you can use to make the first element in the second row 0?
R2 minus 2
R2
R1.
minus 2.
R1, yes. And similarly, for to get the third row element 0,
R3 minus 3 R1.
yes. Perform these two operations and write the reduced one. So what do you get? 1 minus 1, 1, 3 will be there. And when you perform R2 minus 2 R1, so here we'll be getting 0, 3, 1, minus 5. Correct idea, Nodi? And in the third row,
Yes.
yes, 0, 4, 2, 0. So once again, we'll try to make the third row element 0. So for that, you can perform R3 minus R2. R3 minus R2 ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. R3 minus R2, it will result in 1 minus 1, 1, 3, 0, 3, 1, minus 5. R3 minus R2 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 0. So you cannot do with R1 because here if you perform with R1, it will be resulting in the non-zero. So for that reason, we are not considering R1 here. So 4 minus 3 andre, it will result in 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 0 minus of minus 5 is 5. And next, exchange R2 with R3, rewrite, and then perform R3 minus 3 R2. And tell me whether it will be resulting in any 0 vector. So first I will be writing for this. So 0, minus 1, 1, 3, and I will be exchanging 0, 1, 1, 5, and here we will be writing 0, 3, 1, minus 5. And then the result for this is 1. This is 1, right? So 1 minus 1, 1, 3, 0, 1, 1, I'll keep as it is. So R3 minus 3 R2 on next birthday. 0, R3 minus 3 R2, 0. And here it will result in minus 2, and this is minus 20. Can you further reduce it? ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Here it will be resulting in non-zero element. So here we'll end up here. So here this is matrix.